Hey everybody! Hey, welcome to season 4, episode 1 of Once Upon a Game, story game variety show, where we get to play one-shots of really cool games that are out there. And today we're playing Gregor Hutton's Remember Tomorrow. Remember Tomorrow is one of my favorite games. It's kind of like the cyberpunk role-playing game that kind of blends the single kind of protagonist storylines, kind of like Crash, if you know the movie. So we're all going to see these different scenes of characters with these goals and motivations. Now they intersect with these different giant companies, these mega corporations, in a place called Somewhere, essentially. So, but before we get super into that, let's go around and meet everybody. So let's go ahead and let's go down the list here. Adam, Dark Lavender Void, what's up, buddy?
Hi. It's been too long since Once Upon a Game has been a thing, and since I've been
Really
on it.
has.
In the interim, Golden, Kelsa, you and I have been in scheduling hell, and
Scheduling.
there's no hope of us getting out and playing that wonderful Burning Wheel game.
I know.
That's so sad. But anyway, that's me.
Yeah, fair. And Ian, Sandtrek,
Yes,
newcomer to these parts.
that is me. Um, yeah, I like role playing games. That's kind of why I'm here.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is my jam. I just emceed one session of the Sprawl last Saturday, reading Neuromancer.
Oh
Very good
wow,
book.
Okay, you're in the right spot, buddy.
Yeah, I am.
You're good to go then. Awesome. Cool. We're always happy to and welcoming to newcomers here at Once Upon a Game. So literally I don't think anyone here has played the game before, and nor have I sent the rules or anything like that. So this is exactly the kind of game you could play at a con. This game has been tried and tested through the crucibles of Story Games Seattle for many years, in order to make it fun for a one-shot. So we're going to be, in other words, we're playing an abbreviated version of the game, with some of the longer-term rules kind of excised for a powerful, strong one-shot play. So let's get without getting once again too much into that real quick. I have to do a quick little thing. We're playing a story game. So Adam and I, we've played a little bit before, you could say, but Ian, you're new with us, and what we're doing here is something really special. Like I don't wanna get all like warm and fuzzy, but we're gonna be playing a game together, and we're gonna be sharing and listening to each other. This game, I'm not the GM of this game. This game is GMless, and we're all gonna be like taking up some of those responsibilities and listening to each other, and incorporating the things that we're saying together in a way that's like really special. However, because we don't really know each other and we're people and we have things going on in our lives, there's a chance when you can have like some really, really, really bad problems when you want to like incorporate things that other people may, violently triggering kind of things and stuff like that. Just so in order to like make sure we're okay, one, it's totally cool to be like, hold on, can we like talk about this real quick? That's not a problem at all. Or like kind of like, or hey, like the next level of that could be like, hey, can we like just kind of fade to black at that point? Or like, like I think that's probably where we veil, or like where we scene. That happens a lot in our games. It's usually like the reasonable thing. But then but if it's like way bad, don't be afraid and you say like, dude, can we just like X that out, right? And we can just go from there. Even if we've been like playing with that idea for the whole game. There's no reason. We're smart people. We can work around it. I believe in us and our ability to do that, because there's no worse experience playing a game than being a game where you are uncomfortable and you don't say anything and just lingers there. Seriously, it's friggin' awful.
Yeah.
So that's like the big thing. It's all about, your safety and stuff when we play games. And that's not just for you. That's also for like, it's actually, I think it's more important to say that when you're playing with people you've played with before, like you're kind of veterans with each other, because you actually do kind of start pushing boundaries and you forget.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's always important. That's always your spiel. It's kind of like the Story Games Seattle mantra that I kind of attribute to my show too. So that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about playing Remember Tomorrow. So the first steps of Remember Tomorrow is that we're going to be making our characters, and we're going to be making a faction. Okay? And what's going to happen here is when we're going to make characters is characters are comprised of a few things. They have an identity, and they have a motivation and a name. and some stats, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So I made a little handout here about it has identity and motivation on it. We're going to either be selecting or rolling on here. These are all like your sort of like roles, like you're kind of like, if this was the Sprawl, these would be your playbooks, right? This is kind of like who you are. It's your identity. And then next up would be your motivation. And then what we're going to be doing from here is coming up with a goal for our character. And what your goal is really going to be what you're shooting for this whole game, like fiasco, right? Like you have a need to do something, if that kind of makes sense. And the way you achieve your goal is that you become ready, willing, and able to achieve your goal, right? Believe it or sounds pretty reasonable. That's why your 3 stats are called ready, willing, and able. What's going to happen is that you're going to assign stats a number, and you succeed when you roll below that number. So there's going to be chances to like kind of level up your skills. And then the last thing you can do is kind of test and what's called check your skills. And when you check your 3 skills, then that last turn when you're like trying to get that last third check, that's the all or nothing gambit. That's whether or not you actually end up succeeding on your goal. You take down the mega corporation that stole your that killed your wife or whatever. That's that moment, or like, do you get betrayed? It all kind of culminates there. All right, and we're literally gonna play till we don't want to anymore. There's usually like a pretty reasonable like time, and it's more like it when you cross it. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Who wants to start making their first character? I just rambled on forever. I don't really want to be the person to do it. So who wants to step up?
I'll do it
and make the start. Cool, awesome. So let's do this together then. All right, so go ahead and take a look at that identity motivations handout, and then either pick one from the list there or roll one, and we can kind of start coming up with it. We're gonna add the details of our world and everything together. Like I said, the game takes place fictionally in a place called Somewhere. To represent that it operates in sort of the global place of, you could be in Hong Kong, New York, Los Angeles. It can kind of be like anywhere you're traveling throughout. It's just like the urban sprawls.
Cool.
We can add our own personal flavors as we want. For example, if you wanted a character specifically in like a specific city doing a specific thing, being like, we need to take down the company, we want to liberate the Eiffel Tower or something like that, you could totally do that. Right, so like that's totally flexible, but that's giving you an idea. Otherwise, I think right now, any cyberpunk kind of thing is up for grabs.
Cool. So sweet. I'm gonna roll randomly because that sounds fun. Never not.
That's what random. That's what I do.
So I'll just do the 2d10. 3 and 2. So that is a dealer. Cool.
And your motivation is freedom.
Somewhat abstract.
Yeah. Well, you trade stuff like drugs, art, or people. You're essentially a fixer.
I think like I'm in some sort of like...
You can also totally re-roll your motivation if it's like, I am feeling that. Okay.
No, never not random.
Okay. Respect, man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that I'm going to be in this sort of like giant like mega prison, some like corporate prison. It's like,
And it's to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get out.
Oh,
and like,
fuck, that's so good. Dude, that's so good. That's so good.
Clever boy.
Yeah. And like I'm the sort of person, if you've ever seen like Orange Is the New Black, I'm sort of red. Like I'm able to like sort of bring stuff in, distribute stuff.
Yeah, you're the person. Yeah, you got the hookups.
Yep,
Shit, dude, that's perfect. Oh,
we need a
cyberpunk mega jail.
Video game controller. We can rewire that shit. Make a tattoo gun.
Yeah. Dude, that is so good. Awesome. Go ahead and select one of those 3 cards that we have available right now to the right here, and go ahead and give yourself a name. And then maybe somewhere else in the card, write your goal, maybe at the bottom.
I think I'll pick the green one.
Cool. And then there's
name is Blondie.
Yeah. Blondie. Hey, Blondie.
Yeah. And then what do I do after that?
Oh, just formalize the goal, which is get out of jail. Right?
Okay, yeah, cool. Go.
So good. I am
Yeah.
so excited about that.
Hmm.
We'll see this.
Yeah.
We'll see this through play, right? And
Like, yeah.
this game does something that's called it follows the fun, essentially, and we will just pay attention to the thing that's most interesting, and that's kind of just what happens, and it's just completely in bounds for the game. It's totally cool to come up sometimes with like a new like, especially if someone's like story like yours is super good. I totally want to hammer on your story when it's like my turns too, because I want to this is good. I want to see this played out. I might end up like changing my character. Like if no one plays with my character in like two turns or whatever, then like I would just make a character that kind of incorporates into your story because I'm like so interested and we want things to go. Like that's how the game's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
All right, to give you an idea. All right,
I find this idea really interesting because like I'm in some sort of like intense corporate jail and I'm sort of like at the top, but like all these.
But on the other side of the power
power
structure.
me.
Yeah. It's there's actually a really good game about this called Durance by Jason Morningstar about
Heard of it.
the opposite power structures in a space jail in Space Australia. But anyways, we're not done yet for your character. Go ahead. Here's your next steps. You're going to go ahead and put ready, willing, and able. You're going to give those a score. You're not going to give them a store. You're going to give them a score. The score will be a 3 or 4 or a 5. So those are your 3 stats. You must distribute between them. Once again, you need to roll lower than your stat in order for it to for your skills to succeed. So a 5 would be your best score, and then kind of do that. Once again, this represents your readiness. Like an example of readiness could be, are you prepared? Do you have a plan and idea and stuff like that, right? Willingness is like, are you motivated? Is the right time? Are you, and then able, it would be like, are you, could you, if you're the sniper, are you proficient enough to take the shot, kind of thing, right?
I'm thinking we'll go ready 5.
Yeah.
He's got a Blondie. I don't know what their plan is, but they've got a plan. Willing 4 and then able 3, because I'm thinking
jail,
like
man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Makes
of something
sense to me.
People don't get out of jail usually.
Yeah, especially when they
Your
don't.
ability should be pretty low.
And there is cool. And there's one last thing to do. This is like a vignette of your character scene. What you're going to be doing is you're going to, at this point of the game, you're able to say that you want to test your ready, willing, or able. And the test is you're going to roll a d10 and try to get lower than that score.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do, then you level up that stat by 1. But you're going to describe the vignette in which that's happening, right? And then make the roll at the end. And then and that might influence what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So feel free to establish what you want about the prison or anything like that,
Yeah, I'm thinking like we get like a cut to like the outside of the prison, and we don't really see exactly where it is. But it's basically just this like a giant, like sort of gray like concrete like cube.
Yeah, like brutalist, like brutalist architecture.
Yeah.
Big
and I think
brothery.
Yeah, exactly.
Imposing cement block. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's various like windows and stuff there, but like not nearly as much as any sort of sane architectural building would have. And I think it's like in some sort of like it's like not like in a city. It's like one of those few like sort of forest areas like secluded or whatever. And so like we get some trees for scale, and like the building's like this big. There's a little tree next to it.
Oh yeah, for.
and I think. Yeah, and like there's no obvious entrance or exit, but and I think we cut to just in a cell, in like a cell. It's like 5 feet by 5 feet, so just tiny. There's like there's a toilet and a bed, and then like just a small square of the rest of the room. And I think we see Blondie. He's like just sort of idly like just scratching, or like it's basically like we can see like he's like his left arm is completely gone.
Oh, yeah.
Like the idea, like he used to have like a really fancy cybernetic arm. He used to be sort of like some sort of runner or something, some sort of street samurai. But when you go to jail, they take it away, and so he's just sort of like idly scratching at it. And then he's got an eye patch too, because he had a cyber eye. And
wow.
Yeah, and then I think he's just he's sort of like looking, just trying to like look at the guards, also all cybered up, like skin tight, like blue suits and like red eyes or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's just watching the guards move by, and like we can see all the different levels, and they're just red glowing eyes moving on all the different levels, and he's thinking about like, okay, I've got like these guards in my pocket, like they're the ones who let me import the shit as long as I cut them like some sort of ridiculous amount. And so he's like looking up and down, and he's like, okay, well, they probably wouldn't want me to leave because they don't want to get money. And it's basically just trying to like watching their patterns and stuff, and just trying to like think about all the assets he has.
Ooh. Okay, that's pretty cool.
I think we're gonna try to increase the able.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I totally lied to you. You roll 3d10.
Oh yeah, I remember looking at that.
Okay, you did get a 3.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure if you roll equal to the stat, it's a success. It's less than or equal to.
I watched that video, and that's what you said before.
Perfect. Cool. Yep. So you did get 1 success there, which means you succeeded. So you're like your ability is getting better. So go ahead and upgrade that 3 to a 4 now.
Yeah. And I think like he sort of realizes like, okay, there's one guy. There's just like there's this one guard that'd be able to help him out.
Ooh. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure there's that one guard. What's his name?
Destro. Or maybe it's probably a lady.
Hmm.
Her name is Destro. I think like he knew her from before somehow.
They were maybe like friends growing up or something.
Yeah. They probably had some sort of like terrible fallout. Like maybe they dated or something.
Oh God.
It was really bad, and so like it's that dynamic where it's like they still know each other and care about each other, and like they're not gonna like rip out each other's throats, but also there's a lot of negative tension there as well.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Okay, cool. That's super good. Thank you, Ian. That's really, really good stuff to work with.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm like, let's riff on this now.
Yeah. So there's a few things we can do now. Now that we have a character set up, the next thing we can do is we can either make another character, or we're gonna have to make a faction. Okay. So I'm gonna pause, and I'm gonna let Adam. You're gonna take the lead here. Do you want to make a new character, or do you want to make a faction?
I'm going to make a character.
Okay.
Zeroed in on what I want to do. I am making an activist because I kind of want to represent what religion looks like in this world. Like, so I operate like some sort of church, but instead of like, it's got like the aesthetic of like Christianity and stuff like that, but it's really like more Scientology and weirdness and yeah. Personality.
Unitarian-y.
Yeah, little Unitarian, little Scientology.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. Yeah,
that's a
good recipe for the cyberpunk world.
Yeah.
Like very like corporate Universal G Church. Is that what you're trying to get? Well, maybe not corporate. No, no corporate, like mega churchy, right?
I mean, I guess like
Cool.
I guess
I'm just getting an idea. Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't have to play a good person. That's not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, if you is it is it like a corporate thing, like, or like in which case, the Scientology, you're selling religion to people, or is it like sort of underground, like very illegal sort of group?
Well, you're an activist. What is it for you?
I am trying to bring my faith to other people. That's one of my goals. But that's not my goal with a capital G.
Okay.
I'm going to pick a motivation too, but I think I'm going to roll for that actually.
Sure.
Because I'm not entirely set on which one. For lust. Okay, good.
So you just really want to bone someone?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be part of the religion. Doesn't have to be Christian-y in that
Maybe.
sort of way.
Okay, sweet.
What is it? Yeah. Lust cult is go, says Rooster Castile.
Okay, I'm gonna put the lust thing on the side of the card for a second because I want to say what my goal is. And my goal is that Blondie is like a family member of mine.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Then you got
Like you're probably like my son or something. Or what gender is Blondie?
Probably male.
Okay, you're my son.
Oh, jeez. And you're like,
And then your mom.
I like to think, like we had this relationship, like it was a sane relationship at the beginning, and then I was old enough, like maybe like 17, and you just got sucked into this cult.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Are you? Wait. You said you're Blondie's mom.
Yep.
Yeah. And you went deep in this religion.
Perfect.
Yep.
And I was just like, yeah, nope. And then, or like maybe like I was 12
You know what it
or
probably
something.
is?
And then
it was probably we had like your dad is out of the picture, and like we've been having like the decades long downward spiral in our family where we all turn to different things. Like you turn to crime and I turn to religion to cope with that. And one of us ended up on the inside and one of us ended up on the outside.
Yeah.
And I don't know which is which.
Oh God.
Definitely getting some themes of like physical imprisonment versus like ideological imprisonment.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool. All right. So go ahead and fill out your character sheet from there.
Sure. I will pick the.
Maybe you want to like bone the like leader of the cult.
Yeah, I definitely want to bone someone. Because
and like you're like,
I think the last person I did it with was your dad, so yeah.
Or maybe if you bone like the leader, you become one of his like 50 wives, and that's like the most honored position in the cult. I mean, like
something like that.
Yeah. We can.
I don't know if it's exactly like Mormon-y or anything, but like.
I don't. Yeah, I'm just throwing some stuff out there.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, it's definitely like a status thing in any case.
Yeah.
I don't have a name yet. My goal is to get Blondie out of jail.
Oh geez, that's a mess. Because you're like, I need to get you out of jail, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna get out of jail on my own because I don't want to be part of your weird cult.
Yeah. I'm an activist with lust as a thing. Okay. I'm going to fix the font and color of that later.
Sure.
And the name.
Yeah, what is the name?
I'm not going to do a full name. I am going to do just a first name or whatever we call them by. I'm probably like Sister something, like Sister Cherry.
Like, did you have a name that wasn't Charity before you joined the cult?
No, it's Cherry, like the fruit.
Oh, Cherry. Okay, I got it. Cool. I like that. Like we're like originally we were sort of part of a culture because we're both nicknames. Like there is no like last name. It's just a bunch of these like random sort of like modern names.
Ooh.
Yep.
Blondie, Cherry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I gotta pick my ready, willing, and able.
Yep. And then you do a scene. Then you do the intro scene.
Um, I think my able is also 3. I think my willing is 5, and my ready is 3. Or wait, did I just say a bunch of nonsense numbers?
I think you did.
No, you
okay.
did 2 3s, I believe.
Okay, let me go down then instead of all over the place. Ready is 4.
Why don't you type them?
Okay, sure. I don't know. I think I saw you move stuff around, and then it was like, oh, okay, he's taking over. And,
Oh no, I was trying to give you actually. I was trying to help you out, give you a little bit more room.
Yeah. I don't think I thought that on purpose. I think it was just like a subconscious taking over my brainola thing. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. All right. Go ahead and start framing your scene. I will go ahead and change the colors of your stuff.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
So what we see is we see like the church doors flutter open and closed as people come out, and then the camera goes inside the same doors where all of those people came out, and then we see just people like clumping together in groups and chatting, and there's the like hum of a bunch of people doing that. The room we're in is outside of like a sanctuary or someplace like that, so it's just like a place where people kind of gather. It's not like the holy place or anything. There's like really tall tables set up where people have like styrofoam cups with like really overbaked coffee in them. It's just black with like little tiny black straws you could sip out of and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like little creamer packets, sugars, you know. And you see someone with a red t-shirt, and on the white lettering on the back, it says in like a really tall sans serif font, prison ministry. And you see Sister Cherry dressed in her Sunday best. It's like a thin kind of like silky material, like probably like polyester or something, with like a flower pattern on the front of it. And she's meandering around, considering like going out the door that all those other people went out of at the beginning. She hesitates for a moment and turns towards the man with like kind of a muscular back, kind of like muscled all over.
Okay.
And she walks towards him and kind of pulls him over to one of the tall tables and asks, "Hello, I'm Sister Cherry. I'm thinking of joining your team. Do you have applications?" And then the scene just ends there.
Oh, man.
All right. Make Z roll.
Yup. what I get. I hope I get something
One
decent.
success.
That's okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna bump my able by 1
Okay.
as well.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna make a faction, and
Yeah.
I'm obviously going to make the security company.
Yeah,
Runs the
yeah,
prison.
yep.
Gotta think of a good name for them.
Something like euphemistic, probably.
Oh, I was gonna go with
Or not.
I was gonna go with something like Astro or something like that, like a private prison.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I
Astro.
mean, every prison is a private prison in the cyberpunk future.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it like a combo name. Astro something. Let me look at the faction sheet real quick, see if they give me a good name. No, they just give me the types of things they are.
Curses.
That's fine. No, you know what? I'm sure there's a. Usually, this stuff has you pretty good ideas for things. Yeah, here we go. Here's some of these names. These are surnames. Vehicles. Do. Are they really not? There's got to be corp names somewhere.
I mean, you could take
Yeah.
the like you could just be Ford Hyper Prison.
Yeah, actually, Astro Ford isn't that bad of a name for prisons. Yeah, Astro Ford Justice Tech.
Yeah. I like the idea of this prison, like, and obviously it's up to you, but like, because I feel like companies, if they didn't want someone, they'd just kill them. So like, this is like if you know something, or maybe like there's certain laws or like marketing or whatever.
The
I guess they're
motivation.
yeah.
Ooh, the motivation of my corp is revenge.
Dang.
Fuck. Okay. I can
Maybe.
rock with that. So Destro obviously belongs to Astro Ford.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to make Gunther Cartwright, and he's going to be the CEO. No, I'm gonna make him the warden.
Yeah. CEO is like through so many layers.
Yeah. So he's like a middle manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. Okay. I mean, that's all I got to do for. Oh, and I set their influence. Their influence starts at 3. Just how exactly how characters have stats. Factions have a stat, but it's a 1 stat, so it always gets up and can go up to 7, and that's pretty rough. Does somebody else want to make a faction for us so we have another faction to play with?
Yeah, I'll do that. Because it'd be kind of weird if I made a deal with Astro Ford Justice Tech to get out of Astro Ford Justice Tech.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I'm gonna roll randomly because never not random.
Do it. I got that corporate.
That's how I roll.
Yeah.
It's dumb. Okay, 9 and 7. So idle rich. Let's see here.
I dig it.
So it's the idle rich, and their motivation is respect. Those with money and privilege. So they're like like the sons. They're like the princes and princesses of the corporate kingdom, right?
Yeah.
I think they're like it's got to be like a country club, right? It's got to be a country club type thing.
Yeah.
Of
course, it's got it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So it's like something estates or something, or like
Yeah.
or Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. What's a good name for like a ridiculous future estate?
Something like, I mean, obviously something like Twin Pines, or like, I'm thinking or like White Cross, something, White Fields.
Yeah, maybe
Corner Staff, Cross Keys. They just like Google, if you need something, just Google golf locations. Just steal one.
golf locations.
Oh, I found the names of corpse, by the way.
Cool.
Of course. I'll make a quick little print screen and throw them on there.
Delicious.
I'm just gonna name them Global Golf and Country Club. Just very generic.
Oh, okay.
Global Golf and Country Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
Text. Is that the right one?
Yeah, there we go.
Golf and oh wait, that's right. Country Club.
It's a non-profit, is what Rooster says. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Totally is a non-profit.
Perfect. And then yeah, so a Global Golf and Country Club.
Yeah.
And
Or like, yeah.
respect, but from their elders. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so this faction wants to throw down against the other faction?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. There's set of 3. What I need you to do is come up with 2 NPCs for this faction.
Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to generate some random names. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's boring. Let's see here. Pietra Capono.
Ooh.
That sounds good in Russian.
This person. Pietra Capono. She I think she's just like basically the CEO. Like her parent is like some random company, and then they're just like, oh, okay, you need something to do, you need to learn the business. Let's just give you this like useless company for rich people.
Oh yeah, just a throwaway company.
Yeah,
right?
Basically. And she's like, no, I'm going to make a shit ton of money off of this, Dad. Right?
Yeah. Of course.
And then another character.
Yeah. I'm just going to change the color real quick to make it a little bit better contrast on screen. That's my bad. I picked a bad color.
Yeah, no problem.
There, just copy and paste that.
Cool. Copy and paste.
Oh, that's fine. Just make a new one then, if it's giving you sass.
Cool. And I think. And then this other lady's name is Shiva. I don't know. Batsheva Everett. What do you think she should be? I think she's got to be like.
Is she part of the country club? Is she like?
Yeah, or maybe like peripheral to it.
Sure.
In some way, or more like maybe the like.
Are they like? Is it like Pietra's butler or something, or like?
Yeah,
or like seneschal?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like executive assistant. It's not, they wouldn't call him a major domo, but like
the Huskarl.
Yeah.
Staff. Yeah, I like that. Like Pietra is like just like she runs everything, but Batsheva is who gets shit done.
Yeah. Totally. That makes perfect sense.
You got me caught on who's Carl now, because now I'm thinking like if Pietra comes under attack, but she was just gonna have to defend her in battle.
All right.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Like, adorning her armor and.
So we got.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So we got 2 characters and we got 2 factions. That's probably enough to like now we can start kind of talking about scenes and the different kinds of scenes we can do in our game. All right. Cool. So now we're just gonna literally for the rest of the game, we're gonna have 3 things to do now that setup's done. The first thing you can do on your turn, and we're just gonna go down through order, right? So next up will be Adam and then me. These are how the scenes are going to play out. You can either do one, you can introduce a new character or faction. Okay. So what that means is all you do is just kind of what we did. You can either create a faction with 2 NPCs, or you can create a character, give them the red wheeling able, and do a quick little stat thing for them and a vignette, right? You can do that. 2, you can cut a deal with a corporation, which means that the character. So we are all controllers, and the character that we control at the time, right? So for you, Ian, it's Blondie, and for you, Adam, it's Sister Cherry. I don't have a character yet. You will go ahead and make a deal with a faction, which means you will cut a deal with one of the 2 factions available here. And what that means is you play a scene saying like, I want to try to increase my ready stat or something like that, right? And you describe a scene with the faction, and then the faction is going to try to get the better of you as well. And you kind of have a versus test of your 3d10s, and that kind of helps play out the scene of what happens. And what's fun about playing out the scene is that the winner gets what they want, but the loser has to describe the scene of what happens. All right, so that's the second type of scene there. It's called cutting a deal. The third type of scene is the head-to-head type scene. That is when you play as one of the factions and you say, I'm going after this player. And when you do that, when you say, I'm going after this player, I'm going after this player's ableness, right? You make an attack against another player, actually as a corporation or another player if you wanted to. You or like the character you control, you are going after that person. You're trying to target one of their stats to try to decrease it, as well as or like bump yourself up. When you do that as a faction, or the person who's on the other end of that, that's the chance when if they beat that faction when they're going after them, that's how they secure their ready, willing, or able. As an option, and you do that once again by doing it's the same mechanic, 3d10, but if you get more than that and like you get additional successes, there are certain things we can do which we can explain in that moment. But those are the 3 types of scenes, right? So in order for your character to complete their goals, someone must target them. If that makes sense. You can like build up and prep and get like, you can hit the gym and get really good, but it doesn't matter unless someone comes after you, right? And that is where the game lies. All right, so those are the 3 things again: introduce a character, try to cut a deal, bulk up, or go after a character. You can't go after your own character, right? Yeah. You can't go after the character you control. So those are the 3 things on the table.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right, so Adam, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna make another character.
Cool. Let me quickly copy paste this character template.
Thank you. I'm gonna make us a prison guard. Nice. Probably I have to imagine they're like a worker. And their motivation is, let's roll. Motivation, respect.
Can't get enough respect these days.
Kids
these days have no respect.
Yeah. I think that was exactly what I was thinking.
By the way, I threw in names under the identity character sheet. Names for operatives, male, female, surnames.
I see.
And
Yeah.
conveniently, they're listed in lists of 10 if you wanted to roll.
I like this.
Where is it? I don't see it.
It's listed actually if you click the identity motivations handout. It's the descriptive text beneath the image.
Cool.
Lord. I'm trying to copy and paste, and it's still giving me crap.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens.
I think it's
Okay.
because you're a player. You don't have GM status in the Roll20 game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What was I thinking? Worker and respect. That's what it was. Worker, respect. And his goal is to so Blondie's in like juvie, right? This is like a juvenile detention center, or
Yeah,
did
I
Blondie
mean,
grow up in...
it wasn't, but it is now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Role-playing games.
I am fine with that. Okay. So this person's goal is to they want to see a kid grow up. See a kid grow up. And I might make that more actionable.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Like what do you think, Eric, having played this game more than I have? Do you think seeing a kid grow up is a actionable, reasonable goal? Or
No, it's something that
refine a little more?
you need to make it more about you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You could be like,
Because Blondie getting out of jail and Cherry getting Blondie out of jail are both
which is fine because that's cool because you can actually run interference on that. But no, this would be like if you want a goal about seeing a kid raised up, grown up. It's like it would be like instill the kid with the right set of things, right? And so then it's like okay, can be teaching this kid, right?
Yeah.
That would be that would be a way of making it more about you and your ability to interact with that kid and not up to that kid, right?
Yeah.
Break through to just one kid.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So wait, are you so what are you? Are you a teacher or something?
I'm probably he's like a well, he probably gets put in the teacher position a lot too. Because it's juvie, so they also have like...
Oh, okay. Oh, shit! Yeah, you're, what's his name from The Wire? You're Presbeluski from The Wire.
Yep. But more what I was going for with that goal is kids come in here because they're in gangs and... or at least that's the narrative that's being told. And they're really disrespectful and upset and whatnot. So he wants to teach them respect. And I'm going to give this person a name. And I think their name is... I really want an A name. I honestly want Aladdin. I was thinking Alex too, but I really want Aladdin for some reason. Yeah.
Cool.
Because I really imagine this person as like, I think Aladdin's black. It's just what I see in my mind.
I think, I was gonna. Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, make it so.
Aladdin. Yep. Best movie.
Yeah. Contrail. Better. Yes. His willing is... I'm doing this out of order again. I need
That's
to
fine.
wait.
But remember, yep. So make characters 3, 4, 5, and then you do an intro scene.
See.
Sounds like willing would be 5 because you just really want it.
Yep.
5 or 4, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I might do the reverse one where it goes up instead of down. I think my ready might be 3. Like the way this has been set up, he's not like much of a teacher or anything, but he wants to see it happen, which is why he gets the 4 in Welling.
Okay.
But he spends all day with these kids, so he's able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's got a lot of people he can reach out to as well. If the prison ministry comes in there, he could probably talk with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I see. So maybe the scene that we see is just that, like the prison ministry is coming in, he's at the door. They're doing like puzzles with some of the kids who chose to be here because all the other ones are like playing a sport. Like,
what do they play?
I think I was thinking basketball at first, but I think it might actually be like table tennis, which means that, like,
shit!
both of these rooms are like next to each other, so you can hear like shouting and yelling and like
dude, with like neon paddles, like Tron, like Tron style, like ball light tracing. And stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then in the other room, on like the other side of this,
legit, I would play the shit out of that if that was real.
Yeah, totally. Me too.
Ping pong balls are good to hide drugs in. That's Blondie's perspective.
Look at you with your thinking.
Damn.
That's good. But sorry, continue.
There was a game on the Wii which was basically ping pong, but like cyberpunk, or air hockey or something. But yeah, you hear all of that noise on the other side of like this concrete wall, and there's like these iron. What would you call them? They're like mounted on the wall, and they must have served a purpose at one time, but since then, like after 30 years or so, they've rusted, and the rust just kind of like creeps down the wall, so you just see like streaks of rust.
Yeah, totally.
Down the concrete.
I really like the idea of ping pong tables because it's like they're like, okay, we need them to have some activity so they don't literally go insane.
Yeah,
like some sort of like legal restriction or something, and they're like, okay, well, we have like X squared, like, and we need to be able to have too much. Like basketball courts are too big, man. Just like several ping pong tables.
Yeah,
exactly. They don't have the real estate for basketball.
Space efficient.
Yeah, totally.
That's super good.
And then there's like, I was thinking like a whistle at first, or maybe there's like a, maybe it is a whistle. Like you hear like a piercing, like, because it's not like a blow whistle because this is cyberpunk. It's like you press a button and it makes like this. I just heard a noise. Weird. Makes like this screechy noise, high pitched, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids leave, and all of the people from the church prison ministry. The place has been left a mess. The puzzle could only get like half completed, and then you hear like some of the people murmuring about, oh, we needed to have a smaller puzzle next time because we can never actually solve these. Denise, you need to keep this at home, and don't you have smaller ones? Don't you have grandkids? And then like, you know, chatting like that. And the same guy who I'm going to give a name now, His name's Mike. He's the same guy, muscly in the red shirt. He's the sort of leader of this prison ministry group.
Okay.
And, I think you see Aladdin and Mike walk out together because Aladdin has to escort them out of the prison
Mm-hmm.
because of security protocols and everything. And
Sure.
when the prison ministry gets back to the lockers where they kept their things, because you can't take stuff in or most things in, Aladdin takes Mike's phone and he hands it to Mike and says, "Could you unlock that for me?" And then Mike does it because he's religious and trusting and whatever. Hands it back to Aladdin, who's in prison uniform. Aladdin enters in his home phone number, which he shouldn't do. Hands it back and asks if they could have heart-to-heart over coffee sometime.
Oh, wow. Cool. So is that able or willing, or what is that?
I actually think it's ready
Okay.
because he's not prepared for how to do this, so he needs to learn how to
Get through to a kid.
reach out to kids more. Yeah,
Okay.
Cool.
great. That's my turn, I think.
Well, you make your roll, dude.
C. Alrighty. 3D10. Alrighty. That's
Yeah,
okay.
one.
Yeah, you got one. Cool. So yep. So
So I did this out of order, but it ended up working anyway because I got one that was low enough.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. All right then.
Sweet.
I think we have time for one more scene before we go to our first break.
Okay.
So I will go. I'm going to do a face off. I'm coming at you, Blondie. I'm coming at you, Astro Ford. Destro. Destro's coming at you. I think
Okay.
I think what this scene is
Just look the places. Can fit him to a prison.
somebody. No, I think someone else already. I think someone got out. Someone got out.
Someone else.
Yeah, and now the company's going on lockdown,
They-
kind
they
of, and things are
yeah.
getting harder to get in. And I think she's trying to give you heads up, being you can't do this stuff, right? And that's going to probably throw your readiness kind of for a loop here.
Okay.
And
cool.
so I think that's what happens is you're on the I think I really like the idea now that in the cafeteria, it's literally the cafeteria tables can turn into ping pong tables.
yeah, or
right?
no, yeah, that's what they play
So
on.
yeah, so they play ping pong or
Yeah.
table tennis right there. And while you're doing that, while people are playing that shit, it's almost like gang faction ping pong in prison, which I would play the shit out of that game. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Side note.
You'd basically be a gang leader, right?
Yeah.
Because you just play
Yeah.
so much ping pong,
Right.
get so many cigarettes.
Yeah. So
I'm
I
gonna
think
add that to my design this story game notes.
Yeah. So exactly. So I think I think Destro kind of comes by, does the little walk by, hands folded to herself like this, and being oh, I got bad news for you, Blondie.
Yeah.
Since Carter got out, the Gunther, the warden, is he's cracking down. He's looking for he's looking for people to blame. Shit likes to roll downhill. You should get your shit in line. You hear that from me? As she gets ready to kind of walk by.
Fucking Gunther. God damn it.
Yeah.
Thought I could trust him. I left him in charge. I left him in charge of my supply lines. He must have used that to get out.
Be careful who you trust in here, Blondie.
I kind of just like squint at you.
Yeah. All right, I'm coming at you. I think that's literally just the scene.
Yeah,
and
cool.
I'm gonna attack you with 3d10. I got 2 successes. That's some hot fucking dice right there, buddy.
Fun.
And now you roll. I'm sorry, I never actually explained this. Now you roll like it's like a versus kind of thing.
I roll. Okay.
Yeah, and then we measure the margin of success here. Okay, you got 1 success, right? I attacked your strongest stat. Yeah, so I got 1 success over you. So let me refer real quick. So not only did I beat you, I got +1 essentially, and on the one-shot changes, conflict rolls are simplified. I got 1 more success. Oh no, it's just I didn't get a bonus. If I would have gotten 2 more, then I would have gotten a bonus. Okay, so I win my goal, which means I knock down your ready to back down to 4.
Dang it.
Which makes sense. Things got switched up. It sucks for you.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and then we just keep going. But we will keep going after the break. All right.
Cool.
So we'll be back in 5 minutes. Thanks, guys.